Hey, what up? It's your boy. I'm sure if you've been keeping up with the wider world of anime like I definitely have, then you might know of a really hot, brand new, just finished anime series that was pretty much the talk of the town. Even your mum was probably talking about this show, and that is the anime Chainsaw Man. Now, I know there are probably going to be a lot of people being like, Joe, did you even watch anime? LOL. Yes, I did in fact watch Chainsaw Man because I love Fujimoto Tatsuki. He is in my top 5 mangakas of all time. He's the absolute fucking GOAT, and I think the hype of Chainsaw Man, and especially how good the manga was, is living proof of that. So I figured I would do something a little bit different from what I do nowadays, and that is to give you guys a review on the Chainsaw Man anime. But I didn't want to be just like any other schmuck writing reviews for anime, because let's be real, anyone can do that now. No, I decided to give it a little bit of a twist just because it's really funny to piss off the anime community, and so I decided to write a script for a review of the Chainsaw Man anime using AI. That's right, this review that I'm about to read out for you guys was entirely written by AI, and so it goes without saying that this definitely reflects how I feel about Chainsaw Man. If you're thinking to yourself, wow, I can't believe I just got clickbaited by the title, welcome to YouTube, bitch. So let me begin my formal review of Chainsaw Man. No matter what I say about this anime, at least a few people out there are bound to love it. Based on the same story by Ryugaku Kenshi as the opening theme to the film, Chainsaw Man is a cringeworthy anime featuring a white-skinned woman with horrific hair. With a green face covered in chains and green devil horns, Marisa Tomei is enough to make any man blush. Let's talk about the show's bland aesthetic and how the story tries to twist itself into any story imaginable. At the beginning of the anime, we see her as an ordinary woman living in a house in a small village. Her husband is abusive, but she refuses to divorce him and instead becomes the devilish figure that will surely upset him. Over the course of the show, she helps a boy named Akira, everyone's favorite character, return his father's chainsaw to the demon that stole it from him. During this, we are introduced to the protagonist that everybody knows, named Hisao, who becomes obsessed with her. All of this is told to us through twisted anime scenes, leaving us with a twisted story to behold. Now look, I won't say much about the story, because I could say the same about many of the anime I have reviewed. However, Chainsaw Man is one of the more unique anime series that I've seen in the past few years. Each episode is only about 4 minutes long and feels a lot like an anime horror film. Every frame of the anime has the same visual quality, although there are a few anime productions that have surprised me in this regard. The voice acting is actually pretty good too. Perhaps the most interesting aspect of the show is its cliffhanger ending. After spending 5 episodes telling a story that is at least a few episodes long, the anime ends and we are left with nothing more than a violent hand clap and a new title that never bothered to explain the show's themes. This is a show that is completely easy to watch and is intended to terrify you with some killer visuals. Once you get past the cheapness of the story and the lack of character development, Chainsaw Man will shock you with the sheer absurdity of the anime itself. The animation is so bad that the man appears as a collection of plastic pieces, but I can't believe people are going to buy this as a form of entertainment. The producers might be trying to get you to spend money, but I can't imagine everyone having a great time with this. The story then ends up being more about the recovery of those 3 for me, with Makima and Denji struggling to recover their place in the world and finding a little more Makima in themselves along the way, which is all part of a larger arc. But for all of that, they continue to struggle for power, because power rules, and Makima's fear of it plays a large role in that struggle. It makes Denji try harder in the process of finding a way to replace that power, to offer Denji an alternative way. And it does succeed a little too well for my tastes. The power moves too slowly, and the story takes too long to make that point of view clear. Which is to say that while the power itself is good, the story doesn't quite succeed in setting up an alternative power as it should, which is a bit disappointing, to be honest. The power is never big enough of a character to drive the story or force the narrative into a good position. Look, there's a lot going on in this episode, and I'm not sure how successful any of it is. It's too confusing to tell whether there are any clear messages here or if they were just trying to entertain us. The main message here seems to be that the only thing that matters in life is doing your job. There's a scene involving Jeff being ordered by a boss to kill a bunch of innocent people. The boss says that the world would be a better place without these people, and Jeff agrees. The whole thing sounds a little bit preachy, but it's an interesting concept nonetheless. The animation is very well done. It looks like it could have been made today. The film was directed, of course, by Masaaki Yuasa, who I had never heard of before this movie. It's also great because it was made in Japan, which is where most of my favorite movies are made. If you want to watch something really weird or just plain funny, I would definitely recommend this movie. This is also one of the few anime shows to receive a theatrical release. It was released in 1989 in 3 theaters across the US. Unfortunately, the film received poor reviews. Critics felt that it was a waste of time and that it failed to capture the spirit of the original television series. It unfortunately also bombed in the box office. Some of these problems can probably be attributed to the fact that it was made in the US rather than Japan. Still, there are some fans that claim that the film is actually superior to the original manga. Perhaps it was made more with a Western sensibility, or maybe it simply doesn't rely as heavily on its comedy. It's also possible that critics failed to understand the movie's message. On the other hand, it's also possible that it was just a terrible idea in the first place. Either way, it's certainly worth watching, and you can check it out on Netflix or Amazon Prime Video. The opening theme song is a pretty good metal tune, while the ending credits feature the band America playing their hit A Horse With No Name. There is another song used throughout the episode, but unfortunately, I don't remember the name of it. As usual, there are some annoying English dubs and subtitles thrown into the mix, which is to be expected. In a strange way, Chainsaw Man is a fitting anime to experience for the first time this year. During the first few months of the show, I was actually shocked that this was the opening theme of a television show. At the same time, the man running around in chains and trying to kill people is a very violent look at how women can act in extreme situations. What I have learned from reviewing this show is that it is full of themes that people need to understand in order to understand what exactly anime is about. At the end of the day, Chainsaw Man is a very sad anime, because the ideas behind the show are twisted and weird, but there is no way it will attract a lot of people. If you are looking for something new to watch, perhaps this is a show you should watch, but only if you understand the message. If I had paid for this anime, I would have thrown the remote at the television screen and screamed at the top of my lungs at the screen to stop. With a story like this, you cannot expect anyone to understand what you are watching. And that is okay, because the anime is so bad that you'll probably enjoy it anyway. Overall, I found Chainsaw Man to be entertaining. It's definitely weird, but that's a part of its charm. If you're looking for something that's a little unusual, I'd say give it a shot. But just be prepared to sit through some dull parts as well. And that was my review of Chainsaw Man. That was definitely written by me and not by AI. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this review, hey, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep making big channel number go bigger. Over here next to my head is a couple more videos you can check out if you enjoyed this one, and all my links that you want to check out is in the description. Let me know other anime I should review on this channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.